We are standing in the Muslim burial ground, war cemetery, for First and Second World War soldiers, of which 27 were buried here from the both wars. And now there are no soldiers buried in here. They were reinterred to Brookwood Military Cemetery. But what we got is a garden which is in memory of those soldiers. The cemetery was commissioned in 1915 and was completed in 1917. It's a beautiful site, Grade 2 listed by English Heritage, and from the First World War onwards, it was under the War Grave Commission until 1969, when the bodies were reinterred from here due to vandalism to Brookwood Military Cemetery. The site actually went into disrepair, and there were efforts in 1990s to get it repaired, but due to lack of resources, nothing actually happened. After securing funding in 2012, we started work on the renovation of the structure, the chhatri, the finial, the copings and the brickwork which needs to be sorted out. There were 27 soldiers buried here from First and Second World War, and each one of these silver birch, Himalayan silver birches, represents each one of those soldiers. And the heather you see around the birch trees is what used to be on both sides of the gravestones. In terms of the design of the memorial stone, we went through a lot of effort to make sure that was absolutely right in terms of the context of where it is. Discussing it with the stonemason, it was decided that we would likely put the names on Portland stone, which is typically British, with the granite stone where they originally came from, coming from India. It was very important to actually get this renovated in memory of those people who actually sacrificed their life for this country. And it's got a contemporary relevance that the site in which we live now is far more diverse than what the society, when these soldiers actually gave their lives for this country. I'm very pleased that the opening was done by Earl of Essex, Prince Edward, and we had very senior military personnel here, and we had a lot of people who were actually directly involved with the project in one way or another over the last 3 or 4 years. Horsell Common, who are actually the owners of the site, were here. BDP, Bishop David Brown School, and their children who actually took part in some of the work we actually did in here. We had the families of 1 or 2 soldiers, which was very important for us that they were actually here, and the armed forces, people who've been actually working with us, the funders on this side, and also the people who actually built it, the contractors and the architects were here as well. Now that we've actually got a beautiful heritage and historical amenity in Woking, we hope and wish to use it for in a number of different ways. One of the ideas is to actually hold a remembrance service here, annual remembrance service with the armed forces and the local community. We were going to do some projects with the local schools on the educational side. We want to actually hold events up here in the summer, and invite people to come here, visit and contemplate and appreciate the sacrifices made by those from the First and Second World War.